Hello, 101.5 FM.
A book ya hon common here to change. Honorable Okudzeto Ablakwa, or a member of parliament, North Tong, or I am ranting in a traditional area, but you see a true because on Tanko. Honorable, good morning. Hello.
Oh, hello, Minia.
Honorable, good morning.
Good morning. What's the then I got water?
I'm just saying, Oba watch Tim ranting in the Woodino. Oh, Yaja Kunyana, dear mammy.
Oh, Pacho, ready. I will not allow that to happen.
Yaja mammy, it is the same.
Pacho, have mercy.
Nana's one kind the last time will be pay homage. Indeed, a 7 higher.
Oh, my friend, and last week, you remember.
Okay. Chief, that's a near place what that. Now, a woman, Minua, Abejasu, young command, say, you hear woman, I should, quiet some resentment. Okahon. Medical business, worth because we fit that part of Ghana, and I say, worth genuinely because of the content and the factor, which is to say, correct.
Yo, medase, the kind I mean, chatty for you na me that was say my friend me. As a matter of principle, no, Ukraine me boyful because we share content, a war book more. I wouldn't wish that said about any of the ethnic groups in Ghana. My kind book, no, and. Share even how other ethnic groups have been portrayed. Obekase is not the best we can do, but to be very, very sincere. No? The one on the other ethnic group, no, I know you're very offensive. The accounts, for example, I'm sure some accounts will not be happy calling them braggarts. No, they will not be too pleased with that. But no, you say okay. Some may want to let that slide, but even me, who is not an account, I was not happy with that. I was not pleased with that. Osha the gas. Saying the guys they like a lot of fish, eat a lot of fish, and that is what makes them gives them a nice skin. I mean, apart from the fact it's not scientific, there are so many other positive things that can be said about the guys. The fact of the matter is that the book generally, my opposition to this whole thing is the two books in question are substandard. A mental poison, a bad damaging young color. It does not merit, any space in our schools. And so to me, everywhere schools, because we share even the basic grammatical errors. Tenses are I mean, typos are virtually every page, typos all over the place. Is totally wrong. Now, over the every ethnic group, who share in some ayaka say yankongu efuna on ye juju maye. I mean, they say above Volta region is juju. That's all you know the Volta region for. It's so wrong. I mean, I'm MP in the Volta region. I can tell you that I don't even know who a juju man is. I've never seen one since you're warm. I've never even seen a talisman, a shrine, or whatever you call it. I'm a Christian. I was vice president of the Scripture Union in secondary school. I'm an evangelist. I'm a leading member of my church. You understand? All my children.
Issue they count credentials. Edit out to Christian credentials. Well noted anyway. Don't worry, go ahead, sir.
Yeah.
Let me name some way as you need. Let me name some way evangelist. Until it book out of this supposedly bad book, has brought something to our knowledge. Thank you. Now we can move on.
Honestly, no, to portray a whole ethnic group in that light, no, very offensive, very, very offensive. And those who are angry, no, are justified. They are justified. A genuine anger. And yes, people are being overly sensitive. It is genuine anger and it's justifiable rage that they are showing. And we need to commend even the response. It has been so matured, it has been measured. Usha statement, the Volta Regional House of Chiefs that issue, they are saying that the book should be withdrawn and an apology, an unconditional apology rendered. That is a very mature way to go about these matters, because elsewhere, people get so angry and then they just decide to, take the law into their own hands. Earlier last week, I had to appeal to the youth groups and almost threatens they will burn down the books and they are looking for the publishers' premises and all of that. And I had to assure them that let's use peaceful democratic processes. Interna may file a urgent question way, because the urgent question would then show that we can use peaceful democratic processes to seek redress. Minister Noba Obama assurances. To me, I follow through. The speaker can also give other consequential resolution. Na ya follow through to make sure that we will first of all purge the system of books of this nature. Secondly, ensure that we raise standards. Thirdly, if we need to improve the capacity of NACA, NIP, GES, and even the Ministry of Education, and then the Book Development Council, if we have to probably allocate more resources, ensure that they engage the right staff, the right professionals, the right experts. No, we do that, and then we can move forward as a nation, because you see, you cannot underestimate the consequences of these things. If continuously some people feel that they are under attack, they are always at the receiving end, they are the butt of all kinds of discriminatory tendencies. Now you don't know when they may want to explode, and we all don't want that. We believe in the United Ghana project. Me, I've even said that I'm a Pan-Africanist. I believe in Nkrumah's vision that one day true continental African unity will be achieved, because these small states are any viable. Togo, Benin, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Nigeria. If we come together and we are one united bloc, like the Europeans have done, we can expedite our development and industrialize and create opportunities for our people. Remaining in these small states, as Nkrumah said many decades ago, and even within these states, we shouldn't therefore be disintegrated, where we are then looking at wine a free her, wine Juju Nipa, and all of those needless things. Now, in any case, Minia, who compare the textbooks that children of that age bracket almost in other jurisdictions, we show more textbooks in Britain, Japan, Malaysia, Singapore. I mean, almost coding, almost blended learning, technology. I mean, they are above what? But who kinds the pages? I've read all the 288 pages in that book, say that they're doing transferability. And I ask myself, then Krana, I mean, Yankola or was that level, what would they learn from this? How would this help? Who kind of what you are free after the Northerners said they live in a dirty town, they walk several miles to look for water in a pond, and sometimes the water is so dirty and they carry it on their heads. I mean, how would that really develop our children. You understand? But
honorable, and you refresh and say, at least young and say approved textbooks. Nakaka ministers work at least is it not a bit refreshing that at least any books are approved?
Well, we need to be a bit careful about that, especially from the point of NACA, because me were documents in my possession which show say NACA for Emma Bedu in cancer publications Omuma a first stage approval. The document is dated 25th September 2020. Textbook assessment report from NACA. Publisher, Bedu in Cancer Publications. Address, WS169 SEC Accra. Subject, History of Ghana. Author, Bedu in Cancer and Nelly Martinson Enim. Status of submission. Dear publisher, your submission having gone through the first stage of the textbook approval process, TAP, was found to have satisfied most of the technical and content requirements. However, some work needs to be done to meet the expectations of the new curriculum. By this letter, we kindly advise you to update the material as per the attached comments and recommendation on the content for resubmission. We will furnish you with your summary assessment mark sheet after the technical assessment is completed within 2 weeks of the date of this letter. In response to the comments, please state the exact pages where the changes have been effected, preferably in a tabular form, see attached, and resubmit for final approval. Counting on your cooperation. Ntifo Elijah, Mr. Acting Head Finance and Administration for the Executive Secretary. NACA, clearly from this publication, on one final approval. That is clear. But they knew about the publication and had given them the preliminary approval. They had gone to the first stage of the textbook approval process. Now, what kind of letter we are there? The claim is that the book satisfies technical and content requirements. I will totally disagree with that. I know many people who have worked at the education ministry before will question this kind of assessment. What I will want all the key actors to do, and it's let us not be too defensive, and let us not be, if you like, overly removed from their acosono. Certain agencies slept on the job because also one final approval. These books since October last year have been in our schools. They are on the market being sold. Why is it that NACA, the law allows you to sanction publishers who, without final approval, go to the market? And yet you didn't do that up to now, up to the time this uproar started. It is clearly NACA and the Ministry of Education, they slept on the job. And, we should raise standards and let us be honest as public officials. Look, this thing we could have been
done better.
We could have done better. We could have carried out our monitoring and oversight duties, more efficiently. And publishers, don't make excuses. Don't say you don't know how we got to the market. Look, when this thing started circulating on social media, I didn't believe it. And to my research assistant said, among bookshops to see if these books really exist. When they went, they got copies and bought them. And so the question is, when the books were being sold, why not all profited from it? Who was there? Do you think that if these publishers, they were not the ones benefiting, they would not have called the police and said, their intellectual property will be aware document, copyright are being violated. But because they were profiting from it, they were selling it. But to say, We don't know how it got to the market, but we are going to investigate. Please, I mean, show us some respect, credit us with some modicum of intelligence, and don't engage in those kinds of obfuscations. And
but Chief, me so me person me busa ye nyina ye busa say two books na ye ka ho asem, even though you dwell much on bedroom cancer but there is another one, Golden English.
Yes.
Say books no ni bi nyina no from two friends publication houses, but ni nyina no mistakes no so no efa one ethnic group ho. Enti me person me busa ye nyina ye say why a coincidence. My busa say we say Professor Kwame or say Kwatin ho. Me busa say say a mere coincidence, and I said the two publishing houses making mistakes and both bothering on one ethnic group. Why?
Well, this is a very, very important question. And if you want a very honest answer from me, very honest answer from the bottom of my heart, I will tell you, sir, consistently, people of every extraction feel that there is a certain agenda against them. Would you share during registration, the year registration, share their course of July last year? They deployed soldiers. You see, now COVID, and we are preventing people from entering there. Meanwhile, that is not the only border region. Western region, Upper East, Upper West, parts of Bono region. These are all border regions. We didn't see that level of deployment. Dom level case we share the Akoso. Nepano Mose uncle leave, he went on leave as a Ghanaian. 123 days. Leave expire or Babaka Mose more discovered or you took release. Obia was some in mind all these decades. And people keep citing when I speak to my constituents, Ubekaya, even when this voter secessionist thing has started here, people like me boldly spoke against it. Even our lives, the national security had to call the way they don't know they have to give me protection, and I told them that, well, I appreciate it, but I know God will protect me. But now they keep sending messages. You see, you fought us, you didn't support us. You see what is happening. You see how we are being portrayed in books and all of that. And I can cite so many examples where it will appear there's a certain targeting. I don't know where the source is and who are those behind it. But let us, have some sympathy for my people, and let us use this opportunity, to say, look, let us see how we can at least correct the perception, because Togo for we need to even watch them and find a way of making sure we don't even know where the numbers Meanwhile, Ketu South is a big constituency. Every border town is like a Lubo because of the cross-border economic activity. It's a beehive of activity. Other regions, other parts of the country. It's Ukohua has been there. They're big towns from the Aflao area. Aflao has always been a busy time. Your school, secondary school, you go there to go and shop and all of them because of the free port with Togo. A lot of traders, business people, all these car dealers, it's a beehive of activity. The two Abana people speak as if, and you can mention names consistently. The political insinuations and innuendos and all of that. You see, if we have to be honest about this matter, and me, I'm always careful because I don't want anybody to accuse me, say, Mina man ko kasaye ama ebia people have been incited. Baby, I always want to be part of the solution. I don't want to incite anybody. I don't want to be the one that, if you like, has poured petrol and into the fire, and things have become highly inflammable. Now, so no, if you want to address matters honestly, no, as I say, to me, a objective, and if we all pretend and we paper over the cracks, and we don't also dispassionately and sincerely confront the issues now, we will not find a solution. Until, let's face it, sir, people have held certain perceptions about people from the Volta region. Even sometimes,
but when you so say, abuse also will try to, feed on that perception to be mischievous.
Interna, that is possible. You see, two things are possible. Actually, three things. One, people will feed on it to be mischievous. That is both sides, both the perpetrators and even the victims, who would then say probably those who are talking about going to form their own country and all of that, will also want to take advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Second possibility, so NSA, victims can become so angry. So one share, then it will lead to an explosion, as we have seen in many other parts of the world, from Rwanda to Burundi to Cameroon to Nigeria. We all don't want that to happen. The third option, so NSA, it can lead to a certain renaissance where people will be awoken to the fact that this is getting too much, and resolve it. Let's use this as a watershed moment to change matters and be fair to all the ethnic groups. And I belong to that third possibility. Say, no, let us reflect. And you have asked a very intelligent question. Say, Ebanisena, all these books, different publications, different authors. Now, so no, you see this kind of content. And we all know, say, sometimes, we will be Krana and our friend Ninja and all of that. So all of these things, it's an opportunity to now say that, look, let us just begin to give respect to all ethnic groups. Your constitution frowns on discrimination. Let us use this as just a beautiful moment to say that, look, it is time for all of us to come together and let's build a nation. When we say a nation is a group of people who have suppressed the various divisions. And even if they want to highlight it, it's just to show the beauty in diversity, but they are more committed towards a common goal, a common destiny. Okay. And that is what we need to focus attention on.
I know that's, but finally, you say a golden publication for a public declaration of apology. Much say enyo buapayo say wo be slight the ever community, and as wo be tarnish the image of President Nkrumah. Entina sem from so bia bukui the buy the yaw bia kosho bia mu no eche we ni wo fanche. At least it does assuage the pain you mu be feeling to some extent and
Oh yes, a timely apology, But what I will add is, you see, publishers now, they shouldn't only be looking at the monetary side of things. How are marketing on books and yasika? Yes, I know it's business they are doing, and they should be able to pay for the printing, pay their staff, and all of that. But more invested in proofreading. You were professors. You are in Kumasiki and UST. You have an English department. You have linguistics department. Language is very, very, very complex. You think it's just putting words together. Just one word can cause a conflagration. One word. And see, they should invest in the experts, in the professionals, engage them to read through, to proofread. And yeah, Obiana or your author. Because, and it's not just any kind of word. You see, words have very deep meaning, and you can be more nuanced, and you may still even convey a particular message in a way that people won't feel offended. And so this should be a lesson to all the publishers. The hurry to just go to the market and print, even when they don't have final approval, just to make money. No? It's not just about, they shouldn't be looking at just the business interest, but there are other deeper considerations that they should look at in terms of your national cohesion, in terms of even our history. Because this Ochibefi book, that is the book where Kwame Nkrumah was referred to as a dictator. There'll be a second one, no? The second one. Yeah. That's the one where Kwame Nkrumah was referred to as a dictator and all of that.
But Honorable William is so I think when you can make a point, but they say, we'll say, open so you're part of the solution. Now you use the likes of you. Now the United Ghana we've always craved for. The evidence will say what's your opinion we be dini and yes I made that's Ghana that's what that pay. Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, a member of Parliament, North Tongue in the Volta region of Republic of Ghana, bringing.
Hello, 101.5 FM.